We are live. This is the 100K Bitcoin market update. I'm your host, Bill Noble. How do you feel today? Are you happy that Bitcoin went through 100K? Maybe. If you're a crypto person, you're like, yes, a good milestone. Now, do you also feel like you missed out, whether you're new or not new? Tell the truth. You may feel like you missed out. Now, I'm sure Ski Dog and Alien Base and Base Coins are maybe not putting you in that space, but we do have a news article somewhere in here that people feel like they've missed out. People, listen, the media is creating headlines and Bitcoin went up 40%. Okay, that's a big move. And if you missed it, okay, you missed it. Now, what would happen if Bitcoin hitting 100K triggered a massive move across crypto? Bitcoin blowing through 100K has a very simple message, which is why, you should stay tuned on the stream so we can unpack it all. Bitcoin going through 100 is telling you that the whole system has to be repriced. Now, I say this in one way or the other every day, but as you go through, either Coinbase or any type of watch list, there's always something moving up 40% in one day. Jim Cramer used to say there's always a bull market somewhere. The crypto version is, there's always a 50% rally somewhere. And I'm watching a bunch of guys, who are like fast meme coin trading types, asking whether or not they should take profits in their dino coins, which is the new word for Web3. In other words, coins from the last two cycles that have done nothing but rally. And they're interested in me saying, what's the next group of dino coins to go up? Because with, Web3, dino coins, DeFi, Base, whatever, you have a limited amount of downside if you're not having an overall market correction, and you have 40 to 60% upside, and you're getting that gratification in a matter of days. And I expect that to pick up. As a matter of fact, Solana could be next. Solana and ETH could be next together, right? Cardano was the warning. Then that was followed by XRP, okay? XRP followed by Bitcoin. Then after Bitcoin gets done doing its blow off top, which could be all done today, most likely when these equity market people come in and they see 100K is no longer a problem, they're not going to have an issue FOMOing into the Bitcoin ETF, because that's where you're really going to see Bitcoin FOMO. So this could be a really big day for Bitcoin. And then after you have a big day for Bitcoin, guess what? Solana and ETH could go together. In research, you get paid for imagination. In this market, you just have to imagine what's next and then try to get on it. So what have you missed? Nothing. This is I still think it's like the third inning of a 9-inning American baseball game. We haven't seen anything yet. This is like the warm-up. So if you're figuring out, if your mind, which does trick you a lot, right? Like first your mind will tell you, well, don't buy during the range. It's a bear market. It's blah, 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 blah. Okay. That didn't work out. Market just goes up, breaks out after the election. The bull market that we're seeing currently is 1 month old. And then I'm listening to everybody tell me that, oh, this is late cycle behavior. This is the blow off top. I'm going to sell soon and come back in 4 years. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely not. Yes, there may be some coins where you want to take profits and rotate. Okay, right? Always pay yourself if you do a good trade. But the idea of getting off the bus, particularly when Solana is going to reignite, Base is going to reignite, and we haven't done the AI trade yet at all. At all. Don't go anywhere. Let's welcome who's here. Banks 911, Alexandra, Arendam, first three on the stream. Welcome. Mel is here. Brandon, Hello, Manu, Horace, David, Brandon, Judy, welcome. Hav, Master, Everflow, Hornet, a lot of new names here. Welcome to the stream. Carlos, Miklo, right? Base to the moon. Riyadh. We'll look at Swiftcoin. Don't let me forget. Seth, Old Smoky, what's going on? Jake, Huber's Ranch, one of the originals. Oh my God. Kill Bill is here. You can't kill Bill in this market, baby. Not at all. SPL asking about Litecoin. Andre, Neff from the Kaizen group. Welcome. Bruno, Carlos, Adrian, Young, Danya, Stefan, Kane, another original on the show. All right. Neff reminding you to hit the like button. And if you need a roadmap in crypto, subscribe to this channel. Jessica living on the morning lives. All right. Let's get into it. A lot of victory lap action. Nothing wrong with that in crypto. Analyzing the victory lap. Right? Analyzing the victory lap. I'm writing down Swiftcoin and Litecoin. Analyzing the victory lap can be extremely useful. Now, but before we do that, another reminder as to why we are here. Okay, we are here because the cost of living has been out of control and only gets worse. Right? This is a dollar devaluation. And the media, when they tried to write up like connecting why this happened, they're connecting it to the Orange Man's SEC chairman appointment, which it has nothing to do with that. It could have had something to do with the fact that the Fed acknowledged Bitcoin up at the podium and said it's more of a competitor with the dollar. I'm sorry, it's more of a competitor with Bitcoin than it is with the dollar. When the fact of the matter, what's really happening is because of the debt load, the cost of living crisis, etc., the dollar is being formally devalued in the foreign exchange market, meaning the dollar is falling and other currencies are rising. What are those other currencies? Bitcoin, XRP, soon to be Solana, Ethereum, could be Bitcoin Cash, anything that's money, anything that includes memes. Anything that's money is going to rise while the dollar falls. And this is only the beginning. Everybody's like, I've missed out. You know, you've missed out on the rebellion for a $140 stake. Not at all. Okay. Okay. Here's the Dinwits at Bloomberg attempting to make sense of what's happening. Connecting 100K Bitcoin to the Orange Man's pro crypto pick for SEC. That's absolutely not true. Matter of fact, what it feels like is they waited for everybody to get off the air and they waited for everybody to go to bed, and they do what they usually do, which is catch everyone sleeping. Everyone's like, oh, time to go to bed, time to blow this off. I'm done. It's not going to happen. I mean, I was literally on the air going, yeah, it's not going to happen tonight. I got off the air. It happened. Right? They just waited to catch everybody sleeping. Somebody put a big market order in, or they just couldn't hold it back anymore. Right? Because they knew what BlackRock and Michael Saylor were going to do the next day, and then boom. And this could get ridiculous today. In other words, you could have a buying climax today. In other words, if you walking into work and Bitcoin's up 5%, and then Europe goes to bed, I don't know what they could do with this thing, particularly since Solana looks like it's going to just explode. Right? No one's talking about that, right? Like XRP was moving and no one was talking about Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin's moving and no one's talking about ETH and Solana. And I think that's what you should be talking about in terms of what's next. Another reminder as to why we're here, right? $36 trillion in debt. They're doing $1 trillion every 100 days. This administration is talking about proactive pardons for people who may wind up in trouble. There's no limit to this. And the next group is motivated, and they're going to do what they say they're going to do because they have to, based on that graph. This is why we're here, and this is why it's only the beginning. So this stuff about you missed out, absolutely not. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, so victory lap stuff I like and don't like. So Brian Armstrong, the head of Coinbase, is reminding you that if you bought $100 worth of Bitcoin when they were founded at 2012, it would now be worth 1.5 million. Okay, if you kept $100, you would only be able to purchase $73 worth of goods today. Bitcoin is the best performing asset of the last 12 years, and it's still early days. Every government, especially those looking to create a hedge against inflation, should create a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Happy Bitcoin 100K day. Notice how he mentions the strategic reserve. The crypto lobby, right? They spent a lot of money to help politicians get elected. So everything they used to count against crypto is now working for crypto when it comes to legislation and regulation. Now, I'm familiar with the fact that if you bought $100 worth of Bitcoin and forgot about it, it's now worth 1.5 million. That's nice. But those people earned their money. They hodled through winters, crashes, a lot of tough things. They didn't just get free money. Everyone gets to crypto and is like, okay, I'm here. Where's the free money? There's no free money. There's no such thing as a free lunch. The acronym is TANSTOFL. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Now, that said, this market will give you the opportunities to possibly make 40% a day and then maybe hit something like Ski Dog. Brian came out with that when it was at 20 million. It's now at 200 million. And I remember with Pepe and all these other coins like GOAT that you would get consolidations around 200 million and then they wind up at $1 billion. Right. And the meme thing is only getting started because normies are going to see 100K Bitcoin and then they're just going to come pouring in. Right. They're going to come pouring in because if 100K Bitcoin is not a barrier, there is no barrier. This is why this whole idea that I missed out is ludicrous, crazy, not true. Okay, so the guy from El Salvador is showing off that he's now making $603 million. Okay. It's good that some of these guys want to do the victory lap and show off their P&L. All right. And of course, they took a lot of heat. This guy had to wear to distract people from the anger when, market crashed on FTX. He actually did a press conference wearing a McDonald's uniform. A common thing in crypto when the market goes down is, oh, well, I'm going to go work at McDonald's now. So he took a lot of heat. He's showing off. Just remember, you don't need to spend a lot of time listening to people showing off. You need to keep, your mind in the market focused on what's next. Okay. CZ, we're quoting Peter Schiff, who again is making a living being wrong. Such an interesting way to make a living. Keep dreaming. Bitcoin is never going to hit 100K. On November 8th, 2019, CZ pulls that out and says, don't dream, keep building. Right on, brother. Right on. Don't dream, keep investing. Nobody talks in crypto about investing. It's like, oh, I got to get in and I got to get out. Now, yes, you do have to be nimble in crypto. You do have to be what's called an active portfolio manager, sometimes rotating from one place to the other. Like, you take your profits in XRP, some of your profits, and you buy some Bitcoin. You take your Bitcoin profits and maybe you buy some Solana if you want to be active, right? If you want to be active, right? Okay, Michael Saylor. So we've been talking about this, and now it's about to get real. Michael Saylor's Bitcoin investment surpasses $18 billion in profit. You can expect to see this guy on the tape, right? Every time you think the market's going to go down, you're going to see him there. Every time it goes down, you're going to see him there. This is like the trick I learned from, the guy who kind of wrote one of the original market updates. It would go up, he would bull post it. He would go down, he would bull post it. That's what Michael Saylor is going to do. He's not going to let anybody get bearish ever, especially when all these dummies sold the market over Thanksgiving looking for a 30% drop, and what they got was a 30% rally. Just in, $870 billion asset manager, Standard Chartered, says we'll see at 200 next year. And you know what? That makes perfect sense. These guys were early. Standard Chartered, it's a big European bank, I believe. They were really early on like hyperbole upside targets for Bitcoin. There were some of the investment banking analysts. I wouldn't doubt that, people really listen to these guys. They were early on bull posting and saying, hey, this is going much, much, much higher. So you know what? If he thinks it's going to 200 next year, I think you should believe that. Because once it gets through 100, no one's going to care. I did a short video. Bitcoin 10K, Bitcoin 20K, Bitcoin 50K, Bitcoin 80K. Yeah, no one cares. I mean, these even numbers are nice, right? And 100K is obviously a big even number, but that doesn't matter. People doing the Bitcoin ETF don't care. And then once you take out one big number, they're going to go for the next one. The next thing you're going to hear is, you may get a one-day dip, maybe, right? They're going to say, okay, what are we going to do next? Oh, let's go for 125. Let's go. And a 20% rise in Bitcoin really is nothing. They can do 125. And I had somebody say last night, a lot of times when Bitcoin goes through these even numbers, it just keeps going. Because everyone's like, oh, what was all the fuss about? Right? What is all the fuss about? And even if it doesn't happen in Bitcoin, it's going to happen somewhere else. It's going to happen. Okay, the Orange Man. Congratulations, Bitcoiners. 100K. Together, we will make America great again. I have even pulled it up on Truth Social in case we couldn't find it on Twitter. You know what? The Orange Man means what he says, and his popularity is tied to the price of Bitcoin, whether he likes it or not. This is going to happen. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Michael Saylor predicts 280 trillion Bitcoin market cap by 2045. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this, right? I don't know if you know this, but all of the big Silicon Valley companies are looking at building nuclear power plants to generate electricity to power data center for whatever, I don't know, potentially sentient AI that they're going to build. Next year, the world is going to change, right? In other words, this is in some ways, we're living all the benefits of a currency devaluation without the problems, right? I don't want to say this is as good as it gets. That's not true, but I'm always reminding you of why we are here. And you may see that in dramatic fashion next year at some point. So you are not going to have a $280 trillion market cap just based on partying alone. You have a $280 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. The world has changed. Like Skynet or Skynets are running the planet. You know what I mean? It's at that market cap, something unusual has happened. All right. So that said, a little bit of a speech. If you got the crypto now, be grateful. It's the third inning. If you've been here and you made money, you know what? Go have a happy holidays. Hug your kids, hug your wife, hug your partner. Make sure you're grateful for what you have. Because when you have all the benefits of crypto rising, without all the problems that would cause crypto to rise, okay, it doesn't get any better than that. It gets better in terms of the market, clearly, but from a human point of view, enjoy it. Not just, enjoy the money you may have made, but even though people are struggling, if you're not struggling, enjoy that. And if you are struggling, don't worry about it. We're going to get you involved. MicroStrategy leads crypto stocks higher after Bitcoin tops 100K. I suspect we're going to be hearing a lot less from pea-brained analysts telling you that MicroStrategy is overvalued. It may be overvalued, but it's a Bitcoin meme stock. And it's also the only way for people like giant insurance companies to participate in this rally. Because I can tell you right now, going through 100, anybody that's not participating is going to be working somewhere else at the end of the year. I'm serious. Like, these type of rallies and not missing out, which is why Solana and ETH are next, right? Anybody who is not participating in this rally, any stock manager who doesn't have crypto stocks, any crypto portfolio manager that's underperforming, right? It's like, you know what? Oh my God, what are we going to buy? And this is like the biggest FOMO period for institutions. Like, everyone's talking about retail coming in, and everyone's talking about Coinbase listings of meme stocks, meme coins, and blah, blah, blah. Dude, the institutional FOMO here could be unbelievable, right? They have to own it or they don't have a job. That is a very powerful motivator. That is going to mean they don't care about price. They care about movement. And anything that's moving is going to attract institutional attention starting now. I mean, it was true before, which is why you get these 40% FOMO moves in boomer coins like Compound. But make no mistake about it. With this all over the tape, this all over the news, the orange man tweeting about it, if you're an institution and you're underperforming, you're fired. And that is a very powerful motivator to get involved in the market. Okay. Missouri will ban CBDCs and make gold and silver legal tender. It's a question of time before state governments enter, right? Supercharged AI bubble or epic market bust. Bank of America derivatives desk has a negative outlook for stocks in 2025. And you know what? I don't disagree. Here's something you haven't heard. Could crypto go up until it breaks equities? Could people finally look at crypto and go, I don't think I want to do this stock thing anymore? Because you know what? Crypto people had to put up with 8 months of our market going down while their market went up. I mean, nobody realizes the pain of the range. I'm on TV every day. I'm on TV all day. So when you got to be on TV all day and 8 months of pain, right? Watching Nvidia go up while Bitcoin went down, or every rally got sold in crypto. Oh my God. Eventually, those characters are going to realize, you know what? I think we're kind of along the wrong stuff, especially if there's an event where something like Nvidia starts going down. You try to talk to an equities person about crypto, they're like, I'm doing fine in stocks. Thank you. I'm making 15% per year, which is a lot over there. You're making 15% a week in crypto or more, just with Coinbase, again, Dino coins, which I think is cute, but stupid, because by saying it's Dino coins, you're discouraging people from doing it or making the people who are doing it feel less than flashy. Web3 is here. We got no headlines about Web3 today. Good luck finding one. Google Web3. Tell me who's writing about it. Nobody. Okay. Impoundment, for lack of a better word, is good. Government spending is ending. Just a question of, what it looks like. Is it going to end politely, or is it going to be massively adversarial? They're cutting government spending, which includes cutting off, even if the money's been approved, they may try to stop the flow of the money and just say, okay, yeah, it's been appropriated, but we're not spending it. Again, that's probably not legal, but they're doing it anyway because they mean business about the 36 trillion in debt. In the meantime, the crypto market carries on. Okay, Bitcoin goes over 100K for the first time. This is the type of thing that, the sort of legacy blogosphere is writing about. Really interesting that, the 4K or 5K move, right? And then it just sits. So this is Thanksgiving, maybe oh no, it's 93, not Thanksgiving. It's just the intraday chart. So 94 to 99, 5K move. Then it sits. You see how it sits sideways and then goes. This graph is a microcosm of what's going to happen across the board. XRP up, little shakeout, little bounce up and down, shake some people out, go. Solana is in the midst of some sort of slump, and ETH hasn't done anything. ETH's got a narrative. They're coming back on that. They are finally getting into news. God, finally. Okay, and here it is. 88% of crypto holders, that's people who are involved, feel they missed out on major gains. The survey highlighted 63% of holders acknowledged emotional decisions negatively affecting their digital asset portfolio. Okay. Don't let me forget, okay? I'm coming off the screen share for, again, a little bit of a talk. Crypto, unlike equities, is a very wild market. There are emotional humans and algorithms involved, particularly on Solana, where there's no trading cost. And every time you buy something and it goes down, you're going to feel like selling because crypto, the price action is so dramatic versus what other markets do. Okay? And unless you're Mr. Spock, the Star Trek character with control of his emotions most of the time, you are going to feel intense emotions in crypto. Now, one piece of advice is if you freak out, sometimes getting up, going out, going for a walk, changing your mind, changing what you're doing, changing your scenery can help. This idea, and then there's also the idea that if you're kind of trading and you buy the top of some meme coin and it goes down 30%, don't put the rent money in these trades. That if you do a trade and it doesn't work out, then you just get out of it and go to the next one. Because in this market, the nenext trade is going on in an hour. It's kind of like your schedule at work. It's like, okay, I got a Zoom meeting at 9. I got to get to my desk. I got to write some email. All right, then I got another meeting with my boss, and then we're going to do project planning. It's just like your day at the office. It's like, okay, we're doing Bitcoin at 8:30. We're going to do Polkadot at 10:45. And then, 4 hours later, we're going to do ETH, and then we're going to do DeFi. And then the AI agents haven't taken off. And don't forget Ski Dog and everything on base, right? We're going to do Ski Dog at, 4 p.m., whatever. That's what the market's like. So you haven't missed anything. Is every part of your day going to go good? Is that how it works at the office? Every part of your day is like, yeah. No, you have emotional ups and downs. And you're going to have emotional ups and downs in crypto, and they're going to be unbelievable. Which is why if you're in crypto and you're making money and you're still here after 8 months of just total, I don't know. It's hard to discuss the time leading up to the election without using profanity. It was horrible. And if you survive that, you should be happy. You should congratulate yourself, right? You should take some profits and go buy an Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Not all profits, but you should pay yourself. And if you just got here, or if you were here and lost money, which can happen, don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. Your emotions will come and go, but crypto is forever, right? You're living crypto history. Your kids are going to be like, hey, man, you were around when Bitcoin was at 100K. Now we're at a situation where Bitcoin moves 100K per day. Someday. Okay. Ethereum finally has a narrative. Vitalik champions privacy as Ethereum ETF inflows push price predictions. Oh my God, somebody got through to Ethereum headquarters. The telephone lines or the cell phones finally work over there. Somebody picked it up and go, hey guys, maybe we should get on the tape and start telling people what's good about Ethereum. How about that? Because Bitcoin's got Michael Saylor and, everybody. Can we please do something? You guys got anything going on? I mean, I know they have something going on. Ethereum is money, right? It's a question of time before this currency devaluation narrative picks up. It's going to pick up, right? Because everyone's like, well, Bitcoin went through 100K because Trump appointed. No. So if Ethereum can start getting in on this, excellent. Okay, Ethereum 7K. ETH price targets mushroom as alt season gathers pace. Okay, there is no alt season. Everybody wants to talk to you about alt season. All the crypto heads are like, oh, it's alt season. You're like new to crypto. You're like, what's alt season? I don't understand that. I came from tech stocks where it was tech stock season every day. That's what we're in crypto. We're not in a cycle. We're in a massive long-term uptrend. It's fascinating that Michael Saylor can talk about Bitcoin going to 200 trillion in market cap, and everybody acts like a Muppet from the Muppet Show a long time ago, where everybody goes, everyone shakes their head. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, let's go. $13 million. Let's go for the price target. But everyone's like, oh, it's the cycle. I got to get in and dump it before it collapses. It's not happening. I mean, yeah, you're going to have epic corrections. You're going to have 40 and 50% swings, probably even in the biggest cryptos, right? Because you're going to have volatility next year. You're going to have stuff going on next year that, frankly, at this point, we can't even predict. But you can predict stock market volatility and a possible geopolitical event. I mean, we had Jamie Dimon from Chase on the tape being down in the mouth as usual. But I mean, according to his intel, a global conflict has already started. So the Orange Man's going to come into office. Hopefully some of that stuff goes away, but some of it is already in motion. So again, you are going to have volatility next year, which underscores the importance of getting involved early, which is now, making what money you can while the getting's good between now and February. And then, being ready to be nimble, be flexible, aggressive, intelligent next year. Okay, here we go. Ready? Media hyperbole. Bitcoin breaks 100K in Blitzkrieg rally. Wow, Blitzkrieg. That's a strong word. That's like tanks, planes followed by tanks, followed by people. That's where that word originally came from. Okay, I don't know if a 4% rally qualifies as that word, but okay, he's a media person. He's got to write something catchy. It's catchy, but you want to apply that word to something, and he's kind of got the right idea. These layer ones, what is going to happen when they take off? When everybody figures out that Bitcoin is the cornerstone or is the levitator of Web3? Oh my. CNN, also known as Communist News Network, associates the Bitcoin move with, a pick of a regulator. Not true, but at least they were forced to write about it, because I know they hate writing about it. Right? They hate writing about Bitcoin. They just don't want to do it because they associate Bitcoin with, what happened with the election, which is not totally off, right? But they hate it. They absolutely hate it. The headline should have said Bitcoin goes through 100K because Powell talked about Bitcoin. That's what they should be saying. Now, this is unbelievable. I actually, wait a minute. Let me say that again. It's actually not, because you can always count on something stupid happening in crypto. For crypto to attract negative attention somehow in the middle of like a glorious moment. A glorious moment. Oh my God. I knew it. Okay. So the Haktua girl, somebody who got viral for saying something outside of a bar, a truly unbelievable social moment, launches a meme coin. And I don't know, her, the team, whoever, they owned a huge chunk of the supply and they dumped it, right? It came out at this huge market cap. It still is a big market cap. It was like 50 million the last time I looked at it. But this was not the way to launch a meme coin. This was a way to get in trouble, right? You don't announce it and then dump it. You announce it, let it trade for a while, and then try to bull post it. She has a platform, but they came out with it. And now, which again, may be the publicity stunt, she's kind of in trouble over this. And everybody wants her in trouble because, I don't know, people are not happy. And then predictably, here we go. I knew it. Straight to a prison or talk to a judge. I saw that yesterday. Some algo was undoubtedly going to launch it. And you know what? This could go up. Straight to a prison, 9 million market cap. Again, on the day that Bitcoin goes up 100, goes through 100K, we also remind everybody that people in crypto can be stupid. Don't be stupid. You can have fun, but don't be stupid, right? Because this kind of stuff, they get a lot of publicity, but, regulators are still cops, right? They're going to say, hey, what's up with this? This is not what we want in crypto. And that could be all the more reason to, to like not be involved in this or for people to not do this. The good news is after she messes it up, other celebrities who do it will do it right, which is let it come out, let it trade at 10, 20 million, and then figure out the catalyst, bull post it, do a media, do a video, make memes, whatever. She could have done this and probably done very well with like a tour on podcasts or just hanging out with everybody on Crypto Bro YouTube shows. Okay, alien base. So base coins, right? No one's paying attention. No one's paying attention. I'm convinced. Like when I saw Arbitrum had twice as much total value locked as base, I was like, oh my God, are you serious? People, this base network, I mean, this is simple, right? Alien base, out of the range, back to the top of the range, boom. Do you got any idea what's going to go on in this base network if ETH goes through, because ETH could go through 4,000, and if it doesn't stop, it's going to go right to 5,000. Like this is like a chart thing. There is resistance at 4,000. This market should take a break. If it doesn't, forget about it. It's gone. Like focus less on the break and more on the fact that if this just continues, it's all going to go. And all means everything on base. I mean, can you imagine, if the Bitcoin headlines are followed by Solana headlines, Solana 300, ETH 4,000, ETH 5,000, can you see this? In research, you get paid for imagination. One headline after the other headline. It's like CNN goes, oh, Bitcoin rally triggers Ethereum. Ethereum triggers Solana or vice versa. This is not going to stop. Virtual. Okay. What's virtual been doing the last couple of days? Nothing. All of this base AI stuff, you had a little bit of a rally in ETH DeFi, right? Where these DeFi protocols may actually capture a lot of value. Everyone's like, oh, I missed out. Really? Last couple of days, what have you missed out on? Like since Thanksgiving, they did a rally, but since the start of December, nothing has happened in virtual. And it's got a 1 billion market cap. This could be like the AI agent machine. And it's like one of the top tech plays, could be the tech play on base. Missed out. What? No way. Absolutely no way. Okay. Let's briefly go. Actually, let's just do it with live TA on ETH since we're talking about base. All right. So as a reminder, ETH has done nothing all cycle, all trend, excuse me. This is an equilibrium or fair value zone at 2,800. ETH's now pressing 4,000. The real resistance on a weekly chart is at 5,200. And this is an accumulation cone, which if you've been watching the stream, when you break out at the top of these type of formations, which are everywhere in crypto, the market does nothing but go up. Okay. If you turn around and maybe focus on a daily chart of these of ETH, right, you're going to see probably more like resistance. There is resistance. There are DeMark topping signals. Okay. If you go to Bitcoin, for example, this 13 signal for today could be a topping signal. It's the strongest topping signal in DeMark. Then again, you got a 13 signal over here, and it just kept right on going. Okay. If this doesn't stop Bitcoin, nothing will stop Bitcoin. Right. There could be a pause. There could be. If you look at a 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, like remember this, I was showing you this yesterday. Bitcoin just kind of hanging out here, no topping signal, nothing. There's still no topping signal if you look at this on a 4-hour chart. If anything, it's kind of invalidated, meaning like 104, 105 is no longer a problem. I mean, I know this is a reference that people don't like. I understand that, but you could have what I call the higher power candle today in Bitcoin. Because if there's nothing to stop it and it gets emotional, like what can happen? You start looking at Bitcoin Cash. So normies are going to look at this as cheap Bitcoin. It's kind of coming off after having a euphoric push higher. But honestly, you could have 2 more days of this. You know what I mean? Like nothing is stopping some of this other stuff. And Solana is like, it's like virtual. Solana has been correcting, right? So Solana is like, 1 minute it's like, oh my God, Solana is the be all end all. And then, oh, it's XRP. And then, oh, it's Bitcoin. And oh, no one cares. And now Solana is like creeping through a moving average here. You could have a blow off in Solana. This 12 could mean there could be a blow off in Solana. Things could get wild. Okay. Ethereum, you may get a rally today and then a pause, right? If this move today is not a top, if it's not a top, then, or if it goes down and comes back, then you got to watch out. So there is a little bit of urgency here, right? You can hang out, watch it today, maybe get involved, but if there's any type of pause and that pause is a joke and doesn't go anywhere, then forget about it. They're coming after it with both hands. This is a signal in XRP. You could get a dip. Then again, this could be the dip. If you get lucky, you'll get it below $2. It's probably too many people that want to buy it at $2. If you get lucky. If you don't get lucky, this decline was the pause that refreshed. This should trigger a top. If there's no top, if the top is a range, which is something you need to just like bring into your mind probably for the next 10 days, right? In other words, a dip is a range for now, right? Particularly since, we haven't seen the real FOMO yet. We have not seen the real FOMO yet. We've just seen a headline about 100K. But there are so many sectors that haven't done anything. Most of Coinbase hasn't done anything. Most of it. Okay, Seam. Okay, so this is a popular idea just about everywhere, right? Seam, which is, it's a Kaizen Coinbase base pick. Seam quietly breaks out at the most bullish way possible at the apex of a triangle. Then it goes up. Then it comes back down, only to have Lux Algo put support underneath it. Everyone gave up on this multiple times. They gave up in October down here. They gave up in August. They left it for dead. They sold the rally. Guess what? If this still has a value proposition, the real resistance in this coin is all the way up at $4. Balance is at $4.50. Like if this gets going, what stops it? Look at the decline. This is the whole thing. This is what I keep telling people. Like Kraken survey says people have missed out. Missed out on what? Okay. Yeah. Bitcoin went up. Okay. Yeah. The meme coins go on Solana. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Stuff went up. We're in a bull market. But it's like people are acting like, it's a scarcity mentality, right? It's like, oh, there's none for me. People, there's some for everybody. And you know what? I have to tell myself that, because I'm like this close to the webcam and this close to the lights and this close to the charts. And sometimes I just got to go, okay, let me lean back here and be like, okay, a lot more to go here. Don't burn yourself out. A lot more to go here. Lot of ways to help yourself. A lot of ways to help people. Okay, it's going up. Okay, but it's not easy. Like everyone who thinks bull market is easy, bull market is not easy. You may be tired of hearing me say that. I'm going to continue to say it. Right? You have to work for your money. Now, Litecoin. Oh my God, look at this. So very predictably. So first of all, the low in the market was when Litecoin tried to convert itself to a meme coin. That I knew. Like somewhere in here, Litecoin gave up and listed itself as a meme coin. Really what Litecoin is a slightly less secure, fast version of Bitcoin. That's what it was designed to do. It literally is a fork of Bitcoin designed to just be transactional for speed. Okay. Now you have Litecoin Weekly. And I'll say something about Litecoin because, again, everyone loves to hate these coins. Everyone hates these coins until they named them Dino coins and they started to go up. And the crypto bros are like, oh, look, the Dino coins are going up. It's amazing how everyone changes their mind about the quality of a project. Just so you know, the higher the price, the better the tech. That's how it works. Like, oh, it's like, oh, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Oh, it's going up. I think let's call it a Dino coin. And they are. They've turned these things into a meme coin for coins from the last cycle or coins that normies are going to move because people are going to come in and they're not going to know what to do. And they're just going to go, okay, let's just FOMO into this because at $138, I can get two of them. Whereas, I don't have $100,000 for one Bitcoin. Now they don't know about partial coins, but, normies are going to want to be, they're going to want to be like, oh, okay. Hey, let's try Litecoin. I mean, you got to try something. I did that. I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, all right, well, let's just, let's buy this thing. It looks interesting. That's all it takes. This is the bigger the base, the higher in the space, right? Litecoin went from 280 to 400 on FTX, and now it's going to go from 130 back to 280. Because, what goes down a certain way goes back up the same way. And all the crypto bros hate Litecoin. Can you imagine what the rest of the market is if Litecoin goes back to 280? I mean, Bitcoin is like well below its 2021 high at 69K. Now, I'm not trying to like gush all over Litecoin, but I'm looking at other things like QNT is down, right? That's a payment system like XRP. Phantom is only up 2%, right? Bitcoin layer 2. Bitcoin going through 100K. And what's going on a Bitcoin layer 2? What have you missed? Nothing. A breakout from like an accumulation formation. And they did a retest this morning. They did a retest of the Lux Algo point today. Excuse me. The dip, the intraday dip. So it breaks out, comes back down, all in the same day. The dip is the dip. Here's an interesting example. Okay, so this is an AI coin that we liked. We as in me and Toby Ward. Okay, so we liked it. And then this project did something stupid. They wanted to merge with another project and it freaked everyone out and everyone sold. This was on November 16th. So, when you invest in a project, you carry risk. Projects have teams, management, strategy, roadmaps. So this was an execution failure. And then what did the market do? The market based, made it look horrible, broke a trend line, and then went straight up. And then most likely, this is an expanding triangle formation which ironically you don't see often. Like they're all over the place now in crypto. But I mean, I've seen more expanding triangles now. The last time I saw these type of things were in equities when the Fed first started to do QE. I was like, oh my God, expanding triangles. You never saw these things. Now they're everywhere. And when you break out of things like diamonds, accumulation cones, expanding triangles, they just go. So I'm not really trying to sell you this, but what I am telling you is, like, I don't know, a month ago, people were coming to us like, I thought we were going to lose people over this because we said we liked it. And then they dropped this and now it's unwound. All is forget. It's done. It's like, okay, they goofed. And now what are we going to do? Right. So if you missed it, you did a bad trade. I got 4 words for you. So what? Now what? So what? Now what? Great. True F. Okay. See if we can rise True F from the dead. I don't know if that's the right True F or they relaunched the coin. Okay. So I'm not sure if this is the right chart and the right contract address. Let me go over here to see if they have it. Okay. Let's just look at the one on KuCoin. Okay. So this might have been some kind of relaunch. I don't know. All right. Let's do this. So Trueflation comes out. It's like a data service, right? Huge amount of hype, gigantic market cap. The fully diluted market cap was like $1 billion. I hated it. Everyone else liked it. It crashed. Okay. But now look what's happening. There's your expanding triangle. It's trying to creep above resistance. I don't know. I wouldn't give up on it. At this point, if you didn't sell, give it a chance. I mean, equilibrium is 48 cents. God, we were talking about this like mint layer. God. See, this is what happens, right? It's dead and then boom, it's up 40%. And then they're going to unwind this whole up trade. They're going to unwind it all, right? Okay, going to check a couple more. Okay, so when you look at stuff like Hedera, right? All right, so Hedera has a topping signal, which was ignored. Okay, it's coming off, and there is support 27 cents. So basically what we're looking for is, while you have Bitcoin FOMO, right? You're going to have FOMO today in Bitcoin. And then if the rest of the market, A, doesn't correct, or B, if Solana and ETH take off, you probably got 24 hours under that scenario to get involved, right? And if you're staying involved, then stay involved. I'm sure there's a temptation to exit. Always pay yourself. Okay. AI, NTI can't do here. Okay. Ski on the way to $1 billion. Okay. ETH to 10K is possible. Okay. Pro and Rari. Okay. All this Coinbase stuff, all this finance, real estate. I can tell you right now, get on Coinbase and ask yourself, will Wall Street buy this coin, or Wall Street invest in this project? This thing is already out of the gate. It's already bottomed. It's just consolidating for the next move. Everybody gave up on this. Not a good idea. If your coin hasn't gone up yet, it's just because they haven't discovered it yet. Okay, NFT coin, Rari. Okay, so this is not my favorite, but huge rally, and then it comes back to support at the equilibrium zone. So if you wanted to stay with this and it holds 298, this thing can turn around and go back up. And if it has a value proposition, it can go back up and test 450. Seen this before, right? Goes from the Lux Algo discount zone down here in the green area. Okay, again, before the election, this was given up for dead. Rises up, goes all the way up to the premium expensive zone, and then comes back down to neutral. All right. Let's keep our wits about us. Let's acknowledge where we are. 100K Bitcoin is something to celebrate. Then you go, and you go back to work, right? You go back to work, guessing ETH, Solana, Base, Coinbase next, right? Bitcoin is the rising tide that lifts all boats. If 100K doesn't matter in Bitcoin, 4K and 5K don't matter in ETH, 300 definitely doesn't matter in Solana, and we could start playing the even numbers game. All right, that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow.